Welcome back, Nostalgia Hunters. I'm going to keep saying it until Mike throws something at me someday. He will, I'm sure. He's running out of patience with Nostalgia Hunters, but we're going to keep saying it.
No, I thought he loves that. What he hates is the con men, the cooler nostalgia men. He doesn't like the con men.
You hate it.
Yeah, Jeffrey hates it.
Yeah, but I deal with it.
The guy that sits next to
I deal with it.
Yeah.
He throws a fit about
Welcome back, Nostalgia Hunters. He hates that word. I'm going to keep saying it.
Go for it.
Today, we're going to talk about a cult sci-fi movie, a sci-fi space opera, Flash Garden. Is this a misunderstood?
Sorry.
Just had to do it. You had to do it.
It's okay. It's okay. If anyone can interrupt me, it's Queen. Is it a misunderstood? Is it a misunderstood masterpiece? Or is it propped up by that amazing soundtrack by Queen? That's what we're going to find out today. Is this movie too camp, not camp enough, or is it straddles that line in the middle? We're going to find out.
Or is it absolute cinema?
Yes.
Damn it.
Absolute cinema.
We'll find that out today.
So, for me, I nominated this movie because I saw this as a kid. And
I was wondering. Yeah, I was wondering.
Weird. What I really remember was Sam Jones in that little speeder jet thing that has like shoots lasers and he's flying on that
Near the end, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I remember a lot. And I thought, hey, that looked goofy as heck when I was a kid. Does it still look like that, or do I just remember it? And I went back and it still looks goofy as hell. But just to kick off, just to start, movie titles are rolling up. I have somehow convinced my wife to watch this with me. And she's just like, she's down on NyQuil. So she's like, okay, whatever.
She's in a perfect state to watch it.
Perfect state to watch this.
A little drugged up.
Title comes up and I'm like, that soundtrack, that sounds like Queen. She goes, I think that is Queen. And then it comes up, soundtrack by Queen. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I was singing the song.
First time ever watching this movie, but I knew Queen was the soundtrack.
I mean, if you know the song for sure, yeah.
I had no idea that was a Queen song
in my head my whole life.
Yeah.
And I have not stopped singing it for the past few weeks. I just keep going. He'll save every one of us, as I'm just like making coffee. And my wife is like, stop saying that. So that was my thought.
You saw it as a kid. How young were you as a kid?
You know how like you take a drink, you're like, I imagine him going.
Exactly. Exactly. I think I was 7 or 8 when I first saw it.
Yep.
I remember Ming. I remember the scene where, of course, I was ending adolescence, because where he points the ring at Dale Arden and she starts going like, ooh.
Oh.
And I was like, that was one thing. That evil princess was another one.
I want to say with that princess thing, I'm like, we can get into more of this as we get through that, but people that made this movie, the guy, the director, like he must have been extremely sexually repressed. Because the stuff in this movie, I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
I was supposed to say, this guy saw it whenever he was 8 or 9.
And this movie is from like the 70s, though. Did you guys ever see a movie called Barbarella?
Yes. Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very much in that same vein of like, you know, sci-fi, little sexual fantasy sort of thing that's going on there. It's very 70s. And they definitely channeled that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I put it up with there, and I'm like going, that's a product at the time, and I'm okay with it.
I'm just like the women's overly sexualized, like as they're talking.
Yeah.
And
their
flying dildos for spaceships.
But look at the dudes. Look at the dudes too. They're all hot.
Yeah.
Like this was like everybody in this movie was hot. Even
Zoltan
the Hawkman in a way was pretty. Like I could see somebody like, oh yeah, that's my boy.
He was an absolute unit.
Yeah, it was a unit.
Like what was the princess was like doing everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was her thing. Like she was just all over the map pretty much. That was her way of control, and she was good at it.
And what you want. And the director is clearly sexually repressed.
Would you have said no to the princess? Would you have done anything that she wanted?
No, I wouldn't have done anything she wanted.
All right.
He's not that adventurous.
Guess not.
Would you have stuck your hand in that weird
Tree stumps.
for her.
I was like, this is so like Dune. The whole put your hand in there.
Yep.
We don't know if it's gonna hit you.
The Benny Gesserit having that little whatever it's called for.
That was for me. Yeah, the Benny Gesserit, Gom Jabbar. The thing she has to point. So I just was looking at that and I was like, this feels like a Dune inspired thing that they're doing
You're talking about
here.
the box thing she had to put in?
Yeah. Where it just had to. If you pull your hand out, they kill you. Yeah.
Okay, so before we get too far,
yes,
let's all give our starting experiences. For me, it was obviously for the podcast. I've never seen it before. Shocker.
It's been on my potential list that I should probably watch it for a long time because it's a cult classic kind of thing, but I'd never seen it.
And stupid me, I originally thought it was like The Flash.
Oh, you didn't know it was?
I did not know it was based on some other
You thought it was
comic.
the DC.
No wonder
Flash.
earlier he was saying, like, the guy that played the Flash and he beat out Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger was up for the Flash? What? No, Flash Gordon. That's not the Flash. There's a difference.
Anyway, that's what I originally thought it was. Like, is that just like the Flash's name or something? But then I start watching this. It's some American.
His name is Barry Allen.
I get it. American football guy.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't have powers at all. He just wins the day with the power of friendship. But
yes,
and like a nice little scrum game running around.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, I don't know how close this movie was to the comic. But if the comic was anything like this movie, I don't know what I would have done when I was a kid. Because
I think the comic, if I recall from what I heard, was actually trying to be a little more serious with the space opera. The guy who made this was apparently a big fan of Batman 66.
Mm-hmm.
And so he used that as part of the inspiration.
So he added in a little bit of camp because I tried.
He purposely wanted to have some camp.
I'll come back. I'll come back around to that. So when you're done.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it was a trip for me. Like it was a total trip. I mean, I felt like I was on drugs.
I was going to say, do you think it was being enhanced with some acid?
I probably should have done drugs.
Drugs are good.
Yeah, you should.
Flash Gordon is good.
But yeah, I'm ready to talk about this. That's all I'll say.
I got nothing else to add. Like, this was my first time too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have many things to say about it, but opening numbers, fantastic.
Oh my God, yes.
I've seen Flash Gordon when I was a little kid, and I saw it when I was older, and then I saw it when I was a teenager, and then I saw it like probably 10, 12 years ago, and I watched it this last week.
Wow.
And so I've seen it quite a few
All
times.
stages of your life.
Pretty much every stage of my life. So I have an opinion on it on pretty much at every stage of my life. And so I'm also excited to talk about the movie just because of that perspective. But anyway, back to like kind of what you pointed out. One of the things that I noticed with the tone of the movie is like, and I was telling Marcy, my wife, this, is it almost feels like it wants to be camp, but serious camp. Like, and not that it can't figure out a lane to go in, but it's like, we're campy, but we're being serious campy.
There wasn't anything
and they don't go too far
Right.
in any direction. They kind of keep it perfect. So as long as you're okay with that particular lane choice or those two lane choices and it being so consistent all the way through with all the all the actors' performances, nothing goes so super over the top. It's like it's just right there. Like there's just the perfect amount of or not perfect amount, but like that's debatable. But like there's camp and then there's also seriousness.
Yeah, Brian Bless called it, I think in the documentary, he called it high camp.
High camp. Oh, wow.
I would agree
There's a
with that.
term for it.
Committed.
Committed
It's still
camp.
camp.
Yeah.
It's like they're theater artists acting like this is a Shakespearean play, over the top, like,
Yeah.
but it's still camp.
With a crazy
like
setting,
they're playing
crazy
camp,
characters,
but they're
and
not
crazy
playing
dialogue.
it to where the character's in on it, knowing that it's camp.
Yes,
essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very.
The actors might be, but the characters aren't really.
Yep. Yeah. It was funny because I was just talking to Marcy about that like yesterday. I'm like going, I just can't believe how good they managed to straddle that line because that's hard. That's really hard to nail in a movie because usually somebody's gripe with it. And that might be somebody here's
Sometimes
gripe.
it's mixed nuts.
Yeah. And sometimes you're mixed nuts and, blame Andy for that one.
I'm never going to live past that one.
That
You are
stays a
not.
meme.
So anyway, that was my experience. That's also like, I guess my personal mention about the tone, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had forgotten most of the movie, so it was as good as like watching new, because the intro, I did not realize they're literally like at gunpoint kidnapped to be the saviors.
To get in the
Zarkov
rocket.
is this madman.
But why? Why did he do that? Why does he need a pedal? What is the pedal really for?
He was going to take his assistant, and his assistant had the most sane reaction the whole movie. When he pointed at Gelma, he just fucking ran.
I'm going to shoot you. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. I'm running. I'm going to die. I'm going to run. And then he ends up, I don't know if he dies or not. He gets hit by like their plane or something.
No,
maybe
he runs off. And you never see him again.
Yeah, I was like, when I didn't see him, I guess I must have missed him running off or whatnot.
He started seeing like what was happening in this movie. He said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
Yeah. He had the most sane reaction of any character in this whole movie to anything happening. He's just like, yeah, that's stupid. I'm out.
So let's talk about that scene for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to make it very clear right now. I know I'm going to be nitpicky about this movie, but I don't care. That's where I'm going.
Oh, man.
Okay. So you already started it. Why in the hell did he build a rocket ship that he requires somebody to press a pedal at some certain time?
To stop it from killing them, too.
Yeah,
I'm like, if you don't press it down, you're going to die.
If you need it to be weighed down, how about you just build it to be down?
I have a logical answer for that.
Oh, come on.
He was building it because he found out about it, and he did it very quickly. It was pressed for time, and it was an engineering fuck up.
Oh.
And he just put this thing a little too far away. He's a single person, and there you go. And then, number two, psychological. He just needs somebody else to be there with him.
He needed a reason to have someone.
He needed a reason to have somebody else.
With the
so
engineering fuck ups. I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right,
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Let's continue with the engineering fuck ups.
As a job, you deal with that all the time.
Right?
I do, exactly.
It's like none of it, like we all see it every day. So
let's take the engineering fuck ups. Okay, so again, I know it's nitpicky, but the second they discovered Earth and he's deciding to play around with them, he has all the weather events in English on his board when they discovered Earth, and he starts sending
not only that, but one of those buttons says earthquake.
Yes. So I'm just like,
are you talking about Ming?
Yeah. So
Ming's
there's that.
console.
Well, he said he likes to play with his toys.
Yes, but he just got the toy and he already has the board for it.
And they all speak English too.
So yeah. So fine, we'll say, they knew he'd like this, so his people went and made this for him and then said, here's your new toy. Okay, fine, we'll go with that.
This for a long time though.
Wait, let's go to Zarkov again. Okay. The opening thing, like he wakes up and he's like, no, like whatever his line was, pointing at something.
Yeah.
That was way over the fucking top. But right after that, when he walks up, they're like, Professor Zarkov, formerly of NASA, said that blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how are they already reporting on TV what he says is happening in the sky when he just fucking woke up?
News travels fast, man.
Yep.
Clearly.
So, and here's like not an explanation in the movie, but it's because they didn't trust the audience. They needed them to know what was going on. So they had some very earthquake button. Presses the earthquake button rather than say like, I'm going to cause an earthquake. Just has an earthquake button. Shit like that. Just know, because it basically shows that, he can control events.
Or he can just press a red button and shit happens. But, okay.
Yeah.
Then he knows that this is an advanced race that clearly has the ability to control our weather, but he has a rocket ship and he's going to go stop him with nothing but his wits. Like
who else is going to do it?
Plan to stop him.
Who else is going to do it?
But again, like they can do all this stuff, and all you do is build a rocket ship and hope that you land wherever you got to land because you don't have a steering wheel.
He couldn't convince anybody else that was smart enough. He couldn't even get his assistant to go with him. And he's like, I need to save everybody.
Yeah, he was out being a hero.
It was a hero's journey.
Yeah. So this is the person that, like, let's just say the city just got hit by a nuke, and he's like, I have no way to stop this, but I've got to try, and that's all it is. And I'm just like, okay,
you're going to die anyway, so might as well get on a rocket.
Let's continue.
You're going to die anyway.
I was like, I'm on board with your nitpicks here, but I'm like going, I would have won if I was in his shoes. Like nobody else wanted to go with me. Like I'm going to die anyway. I might as well try. I'll do it.
But who says you're going to die anyway?
He
you're
believed it was going to happen.
Yeah, he believed it was going to happen, and shit was already happening.
He needs to put down the needle and like pay attention to the world.
Plus, maybe he just. If he truly believed it, he would still go. And there's no difference psychologically. Like if you either whether it's going to happen or you think it's going to happen, like you truly believe, he still went. So
okay, I want to shift the conversation to a different direction.
Also, only 2 people can go. Yet that cockpit could fit like 10 people. But okay.
Yeah.
what is hot hail?
Oh yeah.
I had the same question.
Why did that have to be one of the buttons?
rain?
It looked like meteorites, Is that what they called meteorites back then?
Maybe the writers didn't know what the hell to say. They're just like, hot,
ice, but it burns.
Hail, but on fire.
Yeah, well, we don't want to say
ice, but it burns.
Yeah. It's icy hot.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Icy Hot.
Out comes Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
For me, I was like not thrown away, but just that they go there and it's just a whole bunch of different kingdoms show up. I was so blown away by amount of backstory. And there's a kingdom for where Prince Baron comes from, the Vulture people. She keeps going back to Phrygia, like some Iceland.
Oh yeah.
She keeps saying, I'm going to go to that.
And Ming's from somewhere.
And so it's like, they have all these domains.
He's from a planet of like white British Asian people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they call the whole kingdom is Mongo? I think it's Mongo.
Mongo, yes, that's what it
The whole
sounded like.
kingdom is Mongo.
Ming
No, not Ming's
the
from
Merciless,
Mongo.
right?
No, there's Ming the Merciless, but the whole
kingdom
kingdom is called Mongo. Like
Right.
all the different places, like the different floating islands that are kingdoms.
One of
I
it
guess.
was Andor, right? Basically what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I just think like wood elves.
Yeah.
Like they're all dressed up like Robin Hood and wood elves.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, that is the one thing that impressed me the most about this movie was the costuming and the cultures that were in it. There was just such variety, and like obviously it looked low budget, but like they did a lot with what they had, and everybody
They wrote the character's name on his shirt so he wouldn't forget.
The coloring.
Well, he was a football player. They do it all the time.
The coloring
on
of
the
the
front of their
different
T-shirt they wear out in public.
The coloring of the
Just
different
merch.
areas were really good too. Like it
Yeah.
was shot well. Like,
Yeah.
you knew where you were just looking. Like you knew whether you're in like Ming's palace versus the Andor looking place of the wood elf guys. And then, like they just had everything just kind of nailed. So every scene you knew where you were, even though like there wasn't a lot of budget to go into the whole background and make like the cities look like, huge and magnificent. They had some of that, but.
And
But I mean, if you stick it to like, if your city here, if you're in the woods, this is this. If you're in like the ice, this is that. Like it makes sense. If you make them so different from each other, it's easy to tell where you're at.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
That's
awesome.
When I was, and in addition, it seemed like every single scene there was not only like the main thing going on, but there was like things happening in the background and people in the background that like, who are they? They look completely different from everyone else, and like. There was always something for your eyes to just dart around the screen to look to.
Yeah, they did.
100%.
Oh, one thing, going back to your nitpick around not your nitpick, but like something you could have nitpicked. When fucking Flash and Dale were in that plane and fucking Ming just shows up and yoinks the pilots out.
Oh yeah.
Like he's just like, it pulls him
out of the clouds. Yeah.
Now that one I can't explain that one away. I can't be like, no, there's that could have been this. There's nothing that explains that. How the fuck did he just go like, aha? Just yanked people.
I must have blinked it because I don't even remember seeing that.
That happened. That was why the plane started going down.
That's Ming creating his own demise, because that's what brought Sam Jones, Flash, Gordon, all the way up to his kingdom. Was because he yanked those pilots.
Put the in front of Flash when talking about this.
The Flash.
He apparently
The Flash, Gordon.
The unit gap.
Oh, geez.
I think they because it's based on the comics, and there's so much rich history. I even saw a black and white old episode where they made a live action TV series of this in like the 40s, 50s. Even then, they're not that campy, but it's all about the intrigue of between the kingdoms and them coming together to overthrow Ming.
That seems like really interesting. I would love to have, like, if there was a modern remake or something that had more of that stuff.
There's a TV show that came out like 5-6 years ago, something like that.
It
went on for like 2 or 3 seasons, I think. I've never seen it, but I just know it
Because
exists.
I could definitely see like a Game of Thrones-ish kind of show, but Flash Gordon universe.
It was serious background story for it. Yeah.
No, like I can see how something good could be made out of this. But I'm also like,
Jesus.
you mentioned, hold on.
Be more suspicious about how you're going to vote.
I know, right? When it's something like this, I'm like, it's pretty clear because I can't talk about what I want to talk about without making it clear. But no, like, you made me lose my train of thought just now.
Sorry.
Derailed.
Something could be good made of this if...
We'll come back
You
to
can
it.
see
We'll come back to it. Sorry, I totally killed you, because you were being so unambiguous about how you're like, ooh.
Speaking of the writing, and I actually love the campy dialogue. I think because they just are so consistent with it in the campy dialogue, the delivery, everybody's serious, but at the same time, it's a not serious line. Like there's one line, he's like, "We have suffered since you blasted our kingdom," from like the king of Ardentia. And I was just like, who says that? Like, we have suffered since you blasted our kingdom.
All I have to offer is my loyalty or something.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, this is like, and it was delivered with such gusto. Like,
that scene, actually, funnily enough, made me think of Avengers Infinity War with Loki, when he was all like, you know, hey, I pledge my undying allegiance. And then he suddenly just tries to kill him and he like gets stopped.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That made me think of that.
It's like, then fall on your sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled it out and he's like, ha!
Yeah.
And he's just done.
His sword that was obviously collapsible. Did you see like the
Oh,
little
I didn't catch that, no.
sections in it? Like, oh, okay.
So what'd you guys think of the football fight scene?
Oh my God.
That's where I was going.
Oh my God.
That was the most ridiculous part
Yeah.
of the movie.
You mentioned that he started his own demise by pulling the pilots out and
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, one, how dumb are the people in all these kingdoms if they couldn't realize, wow, we outnumber his forces a lot. No, we need some football player from Earth to show us that we have math.
I mean, but like real history,
But
that happens a lot.
the other thing is, like, I'm also like, how horribly trained were his soldiers if a guy just going, hut, hut,
Yeah, I know, right?
like this
Yeah,
can
that
beat
was
him.
hilarious.
Well, think about this. Okay, so we're talking about people that aren't from Earth. Earth has what? Gravity. Gravity does what? It basically dictates how strong you are against those gravitational forces. What happens when you go out in space and are maybe from another planet that's maybe 80% of our gravity? You're not going to be nearly as tough. So in my mind, I'm sitting here like Flash is just like a fucking monster compared to these guys, because obviously he is bigger than them anyway, plus also a football player, but he might also have grown up in a place with a lot more gravity, which makes him way stronger than those guys.
Thought and how can I fix the problems that people have
This
with this?
movie, I have watched this movie from every stage of my life pretty much. I've had a lot of time to like go like, okay, that makes sense if you do this.
This makes sense if I add this thing that I know the writers and directors and actors are thinking about.
But it's not explained, so they're just kind of they're leaving it up to the viewer to like explain it for yourself. And I'm like, that's my choice and explanation.
I'll give you that.
So I
would add the extra.
Sure you'll give him that?
No, I'll give him that, but I'll add the extra caveat. Like, they clearly weren't thinking that.
No,
That's something you filled in, because I'm like, if that's true, they shouldn't be able to fucking stand up.
They probably wrote something that was like, this would be a cool ass scene. Football player plays kind of football and whips the shit out of these guys to show how tough he is. Because he's Flash. He's gonna save everybody.
Yeah, because I know anybody running with a football would screw up anybody who's a soldier with weapons.
Yeah.
And he couldn't fight until he was given a football. But literally,
yeah.
Then he was like,
He was in his element then, but
Well, he was also he was a quarterback.
His years of training just took over.
These days they got quarterbacks that run and hit people, so you know.
I don't know, he should have been a linebacker or something. Like,
Probably would have made more sense, but still, I mean, he's a big dude, and he. So I always took it as like he was stronger than them for reasons like gravity, shit like that, because I read sci-fi all the time, and that's a real thing. Like,
no, it is.
People like armies go against each other and can get crushed physically because they did not grow up in the same environment. Hell, just having humans go out and be on Mars, Martians would be way different than humans in regards to strength. Like, even though it's the same species,
of that right here, like with during World War II and everything, when the Nazis were trying to go over into Russia, they're not used to all that cold and haven't got their soldiers and equipment to the cold trying to go into Russia, where Russia's just like, fuck you, we grew up in this, like, so you have the examples like that here.
Yep. So that's how I explain that.
The kingdom thing also, I think they show a lot of infighting, right? Like Wolton and Baron and the other guys, they all don't get along with each other.
They're all fighting that pussy.
Yeah. They're all fighting with each other.
Ming and Ming's
How many of them were fighting with the same woman?
Ming's daughter is just screwing around with everyone, and they keep fighting with each other on that
Ming
shit.
likes fucking with people, obviously. He literally treats like civilizations like toys. And his daughter is really into like that. Of course, I mean, let's look at like we'll bringing up the women, I guess. Dale.
Uh-huh.
Dale was like she was all like.
Was she the one on the flight with him at the beginning of the movie?
Yeah, that's
so the woman that fell in love with him after knowing for 12 and a half hours or so.
Well, no, like she was
decided
to
get married.
Minutes, really.
She cozied up to Flash, cozied up to Zarkov, like basically cozied up to a lot of people, and then at the end she was getting married to Flash. So she just kind of she just kind of cozied up to everybody. So she was like, I don't know, she was all over the place. She was very distracted.
Because clearly a director wished women were that easy to get to fall in love with.
Yeah, it was definitely getting to the point. It's like, this is a little bit misogynistic.
Yeah, it was too easy. Yeah, it didn't help. I was watching with my wife, and she just was like, what?
Yeah.
So speaking of watching with wife, mine was watching this with me too, and she literally stopped. She goes, who the hell picked this movie? And I was like, Andy. She's like, Andy can't pick movies anymore because after that fucking last one and now this one.
Even your wife hates Andy for mixed nuts.
but I just finished. I was like, babe, even if Andy hadn't picked this would have eventually been covered.
Yeah. Too ripe.
We don't pick movies just because they're good. We pick because there's something about it.
The fact that you're back-to-back movies,
right?
she's upset with you.
Yeah. Not that this isn't good or anything.
Well, I was about to say, it's like, we'll debate on the good part here.
Yeah. I do want to say about when they go to the planets and they show like these planets spinning. I thought
like
that was
crumbled, like only a piece of it left.
Yeah, I thought that was very original how they showed these things. I was like, oh, okay. Like Volton, the space hawk guys are all just like in this floating kingdom thing. I found that to be very refreshing. Instead of like these days, everything is like overly realistic. Whereas there, they were just kind of like, fuck it, this is like half a sphere.
Well, the sci-fi is getting like way too polished right now. Like I was literally so I'm to go on a tangent here.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching that Star Trek Starfleet Academy show because I mean I grew up with Star Trek. I like Star Trek, and J.J. Abrams, I think, did a decent job with trying to reboot Star Trek with something like that. But people are copying his little like
lens flares,
the lens flares, and all like the polishedness way too much to the point that I'm just like, that's not realistic. Why do you have all these people in all these scenes where it's like really dark and orangish, and there's like all these freaking just random spotlights in these one corners of the room, and like. Nobody lives that way. I don't care if this is like 400 years in the future. Nobody's going to sit in a room like that. So again, like that's my point is like everything's just like overly polished right now. So.
I just love like stuff like this completely unexplained in this movie too. Like say for example, and for all the girlies or even some of the dudes out there, they had Flash and almost nothing. He's all chained up and they wanted to talk to Dale. Dale comes in and Ming, is it Ming or is his minion, whatever his name is, puts down the hourglass and it goes upside down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
For no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
I love for whatever reason, especially this time watching, I'm like, I loved shit like that because it's not explained, but it doesn't make a difference.
No.
But it's just like, it's just kind of cool. It's just something different. And I'm just like, I'm here for that. I like that. So
yeah,
I was good with that.
For me, my major problem with the movie, because I was thinking about it, the story arc is actually good. It's got a good start to an end. However impossible
they got the heroes.
right. However impossible they got picked up. The hero's journey is actually pretty good, right? He riles up kingdoms. They have this disco fight on this rotating disc with spikes coming up, right? Like then Baron.
I love how that one. No, hold on. I want to say I love how that one. Like the stakes just keep getting higher and higher in that one too.
That Zoltan guy's, give me the remote.
Yeah,
he's just like he's like, I don't care if Flash dies, and I really want him to die. So here we go. I don't care. I love
like,
that.
oh, there's spikes. Oh, this thing turns. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a disco fight. Is what I'll say.
yeah.
And then his lieutenant, who's that bad guy with the Doctor Doom mask?
I can't ever remember his name.
Is that Clytus?
Clytus, yes, Clytus.
Yeah, Clytus.
And Clytus wants to get with the princess.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
the one
Everybody
guy.
does.
Hey,
He's
oh,
the one guy whom she says like, not you.
Yeah.
Not you. Just everyone else.
Yeah.
So he goes through this journey, right? So I'm like, okay, the story is pretty good-ish arc, right? Like that's a good arc. It ends, however, fantastical. My only problem was when you spoke in the beginning, when we talked about is it camp or high camp or whatever it is, right? Or low camp, where everyone is overly committed and they don't understand what they're doing is funny, versus they know that they're being a little silly with the over-the-topness of it, but they're committed. I think there are some actors in the movie who were on one mission of like, hey, I'm going to do this like, I mean, this is a little ridiculous, right? So we're going to do it this way to make it a little funny. And there was another camp of actors in the movie, like Timothy Dalton, Prince Darren. He was like really serious.
he was the
Bro.
straight. Ming
Very
was
straight guy.
Ming was straight. He was straight. Like even Flash himself was pretty straight. They like he wasn't trying to be campy. Like I don't like he was saying some campy lines, but like it wasn't like there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like some of the guys were like serious actor types.
Well,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
like,
there's Wolfhard.
like for Flash, it was his
The
dialogue and the
Clyde-
scenes he was forced to put in, but he was trying to be a real actor. He wasn't trying to be funny.
And then the Clyder or whatever,
Clytus?
the Clytus
guy.
He was trying to be serious. Like he was actually kind of menacing. Like I actually liked the portrayal was great.
I thought it was
He's
masterful.
If I
He's
recall, yeah, he got mad
hilarious,
about
though.
that. Yeah, he didn't want to die. He was like, "You shouldn't kill me. I should be here for the sequel and everything."
Oh yeah, he didn't want to die.
Yeah.
His death was hilarious though. Was eye sockets?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why is he melting away? What's happening
Oh
here?
yeah.
It was out of place.
The spike. Yeah, it didn't seem like he should have just had a spike go in his head and that was it.
He
But
said, "Hey, I should be alive," and De Laurentiis was like, Dino was like, "Kill him harder." He's like, "Make him more dead."
yeah, make it look like he got his head squashed, even though that makes no sense.
Well, my struggle was that sometimes that it was some kind of whiplash-ish effect for me. Because sometimes it's like, okay, they know that looks hilarious, right? And then again, he's giving like a Shakespearean like bard speech. And then there's like this guy with his initiation rites in the middle, and it's all tense. And he's going to die because he stuck his hand in, and that stupid
asking for death.
whatever thing hooked him, and he died.
See,
Well, no, he
I was
was,
like,
he was
okay,
asking
that
for
is
death.
how
He
brutal
even
it
asked
is.
for death. He's like, I don't want to go mad. I want to make it quick. And he's like, sure. And they just kill him. I'm just like,
yeah, I need somebody to help me a little bit with the lead up to that scene, because the way it played to me and Becca, we were just like, what the hell, which flows into my sexual repressed thing. They're walking like, oh yeah, they're going through the rites as like manhood or whatever. And you hear somebody going, and I was like, is he over there fucking? Because like that's what I thought he was doing, the rites of manhood. He's like having sex in front of everybody, and then he walks out after that all good to put his arm in a thing, and I'm like, what was happening before that?
He took the
probably
drugs.
somebody else who got hit by it. And like there was multiple
Oh,
people.
the previous guy just died.
Yeah, the
See,
previous
that's not
guy
because they
most
didn't
likely
show
died.
anything. I thought it
Yeah.
was the same guy walking
were-
out
they
like
were-
after you finished.
They were
I mean,
trying to basically show how dangerous this thing was. So later, when they did the like, oh, I'll put my hand, they did Russian roulette with it to show off how dangerous it was. They wanted to have somebody
should've
yell.
left out the
like they-
like
they-
just had the
like he
scene
died
right
from-
after
They
that.
could have
Because he said-
made it more
He
obvious.
said severe pain and madness. Yeah, they could have made it. I get you. They could have made it more obvious, but that's where it was. Like that's what I thought. That's what I always
took
thought.
it. I took it as it was the exact same guy. Just finished one of his rituals and was now going to the. He finished one hole. Now he's going to another hole.
Maybe that was something we didn't get to see. You never know. You never know. Oh, okay. So going back to the camp thing, where a lot of the portrayals were very serious, but then like other stuff, like the Flash shirts.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch the coffin?
Yeah.
That flashes it. That had,
It had a mirror?
It literally had a sign, like a flashing sign on it that said Flash.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, it had,
Yeah,
it
it's,
had Flash Gordon, American football player.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They literally had a sign for Flash
Yeah.
on the coffin. I'm like, shit like that is so
No,
campy. Well, everything else is so straight that there just chooses to be campy.
Well, the thing about the coffin that got me was literally the inside had a giant body length mirror. at the top. It's like, you're dead. Why do you need a mirror?
Make sure you look pretty.
Is it for
dead.
visitation? Maybe they open it and then you can see the mirror. And I don't
Oh,
know.
maybe. So people from
Do they do
if you open it,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
people can see the
yeah,
body
yeah,
inside.
can see see it resting in there, I guess.
And like, why did they care that much
That
about
means
him?
they went and got a real coffin for the set, right? In the movie set.
Why did they care so much
maybe
about him to
it's-
give him a coffin in the
been a
first
res-
place?
It's been a respect thing, different cultures.
Maybe.
Like the
He
dude
was
tried
a
to
warrior.
Dude,
Ming
try to
seems
fight
like
him?
a very respectful person.
Yeah.
He was a warrior, and he ran with a golden egg around and knocked people over. He was
I mean,
good.
actually, to that end, though, Ming definitely actually did respect Flash Gordon.
Oh, at the end, he definitely did.
He wanted
to buy
to
him.
join him, and very freaking Darth Vader-esque.
Do you feel
Right,
that's
but-
respect, or he's like, oh shit, I'm about to lose. Let's see if I can buy this guy off.
Oh, I know. I don't
could be
think
either.
at any point Ming thought he was going to lose.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
I definitely do. But but that I could see somebody making that connection because Flash had already done a lot more. That they kept not respecting him, and he kept coming away with the win every time. Like they thought he was dead. He was never dead.
Okay, so speaking of more camp, the campiest thing to me was near the end at the wedding with the planes flying in the background with the band.
Thank you.
Thank you, Flash.
Yeah. No, not that. No, before that, even during the wedding, it was like talking about how you have to applaud or you're gonna die or something like that. The planes-
Yeah. They were talking about the Ming wedding.
Yeah, the Ming wedding.
Okay, no, I thought you were talking about the ending.
I mean that was pretty ridiculous too.
His death to me was also where I felt like the actor didn't know how to act in that moment because it still feels
because he didn't die.
He was like he did
definitely-
like this weird thing, and you're like, "What happened?" And then I zoom out, and like the thing is protruding out of his chest, and you're like, "Oh,
I definitely don't.
that's not the reaction I would give for that."
I definitely don't think he died. In fact, I don't think he
No,
thought he was going to
he
die
didn't.
at all.
He kind of went back into his ring or something. Apparently.
That I guess we'll get to that. Real quick though. Okay, so I mentioned Dale earlier. Did you guys notice she kind of pulled a Princess Leia a little bit? Got a gun, started doing flippy kicky shit, and just lighting everybody up like Rambo. I was like, where did you come from? Why did you show up earlier and just murder everybody?
A cartwheel and then like shoots people, and I'm just like,
Yeah, she just started
Like,
murdering.
where did that come from?
that was the moment when I asked my wife. I was
somebody
like,
must have
who
shot a
was she?
laser and hit her hair.
Yeah, Princess Vespa style. Like she's like,
A little foreshadowing.
yeah, a little bit. Son of a. But yeah, like Dale became just kind of a badass, and like everybody stepped up there. By the end of the movie, Zarkov, he somehow resisted that little like mind wipe thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, like he just
I was just doing
it's like,
math.
yeah, he's like, fuck you, you ain't strong enough for me. And like, every single one of them became a hero in their own right. They all had, even Zarkov, like who started out as almost kind of half a villain. He was kind of
anti-hero.
he was doing the right thing for humanity, but didn't go about it the right way.
Yeah.
And even he ended up kind of like, being a hero by the end. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
good.
they have the technology to royally screw up the Earth's, system of weather, but he can't kill a football player, a former NASA scientist, and some random broad from a plane.
Okay, I want to.
Those are his kryptonite.
He had the big villain syndrome of like not just killing the person in front of him, telling about all his plans and all that shit.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
there was so much of that.
There was so much of that.
Microeconomics.
Like pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, like could have killed him at any point in this movie.
What about what is fate? Timothy Dalton or whatever, when he like, they did the Russian roulette, and he's like, I tricked you, and like steals the sword, does this, and like says something about like, I'll kill you, and then like drops it immediately and just runs away.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking
I
great.
need you later.
I was like, dude, you guys could have just killed him. Like, there's
got eaten by a ficus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then I guess he got saved, and for whatever
He
reason,
found Jesus.
yeah, something. Everybody had a little bit of an arc. Even Zoltan had an arc. He bailed. He was being kind of a coward, and he came back and he did the right thing near the end. The Hawkman came in clutch at the end.
Oh, Voltan.
Or
yes.
Voltan.
Yes.
So if you had to pick
I told you the names are just
one thing to say was your favorite thing from this movie, what would it be?
That's what I was about to get to. Okay.
Good.
Well, since you're about to get there, go ahead. You can start.
Yes. Absolutely 100% the fight in the air with the Hawk people and the Queen soundtrack going at the same time.
Yes.
Was
And when one of them dies, they're like just slowly falling towards the ground.
But it was so freaking epic in my mind. Like
the ramping of the music was so good.
And you don't get a whole lot of action sequences in sci-fi movies with a rock background going at the same time. Like maybe Guardians of the Galaxy.
And where it also makes sense and doesn't seem like out of place. And it felt perfect.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. There's a Star Trek movie that has Beastie Boys playing.
Oh my! That's when I stopped watching those movies.
That was the last one.
I was so I guess. Yeah. I mean, like even Star Trek in general. I haven't watched anything Star Trek since then. Pretty much. I watched Picard season 1.
A lot of rock music.
Strange New World. Is absolutely worth a watch. It has a little bit of essence of the newer stuff, but harkens back to the older stuff. Like it's more. Each episode is a contained episode with a bit of a story arc going across of it versus like stuff like Discovery where you have to watch every single episode.
Oh yeah.
But no, that show is I think the best show they've done since then. So I know it was a little tangent, but whatever.
So that was your favorite. I'm gonna be no different. Absolutely my favorite part of the movie. That was fantastic. I fucking love that so much.
For me, it's Voltan. Everything.
Anything Voltan
I
was
just ate every scene he was in. The Hostman guy.
Okay, that's where I was going.
Always smiling. I was going,
just him. And technically, he was in those scenes, so that works too. Yeah. But just him, he was just like, I'm here to act.
Yeah, his voice, his look. He was definitely a theater actor. He had to have been yeah. Oh, and his accent was so good.
Alive.
Yeah. He was there. He was there to do his thing, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. So yes, I agree with that.
What do you say? Chewing the scenery.
Chewing the scenery, but in the best part. Like that's actually a compliment. Sometimes it can be not a compliment, but in this case, in my opinion, it's a compliment.
Yeah. He walks behind Dale Arden and just hits her, gives her a little hit from the back, and that apparently was
in the commentary. Yeah, she didn't know that was coming. Like she was actually surprised by that.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh man. Okay, opposite of yours.
No. What was your
opposite of mine?
So your favorite was also.
I didn't agree. I was going to say the same thing.
No, I was going to say opposite of your idea. What did you hate the most about the movie?
Almost everything else.
Even the soundtrack.
Oh, come on.
Someone said almost. No, I'm exaggerating there. No, like I said, I know I'm being nitpicky with a lot of some of the things that bothered me. I also just had.
This was supposed to be a space opera, high fantasy. Know. Like it sounds like you're nitpicking.
I'm like a random football player can just go, I'm charging, and beats a whole army. I'm like, come on. I mean, put a little more thought into it than that. It's a science fiction opera. I'll suspend belief to a point, but come on.
I didn't like it.
You guys were able to enslave all these planets, but can't beat a guy running around with a football.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had a lot of issues with it, but I mean this is my only exposure to it as well. I don't know the comics before it, other than the fact that I understand they were a little more serious. Don't even remember if I even knew there was a 40s show, so I don't know anything about that. And I've definitely not watched the most recent show either. The acting was also just, for most people, horrible. And I'm just like, these were your top contenders, or were these the only people within your minimum wage budget at the time?
Speaking of that, we didn't say it while we were recording. I know we talked about this earlier, but Sam Jones, the guy who played Flash Gordon, not the Flash.
Oh yeah, the whole drama
apparently beat out both Kurt Russell and Arnold Schwarzenegger for the role, which is just crazy to think that. I mean, to me, he was the weakest character. Well, one of the weakest characters. I don't know if the weakest character.
Yeah, and the number of times Zarkov was pointing at things got on my nerves too. But no, also that's back before they were probably really known much at all. So it's not this no name beat out these big time actors.
Well,
Arnold really big time. Yeah.
When we were talking about it earlier, it's Arnold would have still been off the boat, couldn't even barely speak English, and Kurt Russell wasn't known.
Yeah,
wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, they both became big in the 80s.
I would have loved to see Kurt Russell being in the role. I think he would have killed it. But I also didn't like Sam, whatever his name, Sam Jones. Sam Jones. I also thought he was perfectly actually just perfectly cast because he just looked the part, and he's supposed to be the good old wholesome, like this comic I think came from like the 40s, and it's supposed to be like the wholesome guy,
supposed
does
to be the dumb
good.
blonde.
Yeah, the kind of dumb jock blonde, but always trying to do good and stuff like that. And I thought he conveyed that well. Like the role was never going to be an Oscar contention role. And I thought he did it like actually exactly as well as anybody else could. I think actually only out of the few actors I can think of, Kurt Russell's one of the few who might have been able to pull it off more charismatically. Yeah. And I can't think of that many other actors that I would have preferred over Sam. So
to that point, as you were saying, they were all still young and still upcoming, so no one was an obvious choice. But Sam Jones did not leave the legacy of the other two because he pretty much got blacklisted-ish because towards the end of the movie, he quit. He went away to USA. They shot this in England.
Why he quit?
His agents told him.
He was getting to his head.
Yeah. His agents told him, they're not paying us money, so you shouldn't show up until they give you money. And so he said, okay. And he didn't go. And Dino was just like, okay, fuck this guy. We're just going to voice over someone else.
Yeah.
So he never got to do his voiceover part. So it's not his voice in the movie.
Yeah.
His voice isn't bad. It's not him.
And I wonder if that's part of why I didn't think he was a very strong character, because of the fact that literally it wasn't his voice. And there's maybe a little bit of a disconnect there.
Probably
maybe.
is. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like from the little extra documentary, the After Flash or whatever the heck.
Life After Flash.
Life After Flash, which I actually didn't like that documentary because it made it seem like it was going to be all about what happened after it. Probably 75% of that dude or that documentary is just people saying like, oh yeah, I really liked that movie. I grew up watching it. I'm like, what's that have to do with Life After Flash? You weren't in the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that documentary bothered me. But no, like essentially, like, yeah, he was listening to his agents. They were giving him bad advice, and it went to his head. Like, I'm going to be Flash Gordon. I'm the next big thing. And it all kind of fizzled out.
He still had a career, but he was, when they made this documentary in 18,
he has like a private
19,
security.
Yeah, he was
now.
Literally a security guard.
Yeah, that's what he is now.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're kind of winding down to the end, let's talk about the ending.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was like,
that jump.
who was, okay, so I got two questions. Who was the disembodied voice that said like, hey, Earth is safe? Remember Ming earlier mentioned it was a little floating thing, but who was it? And then,
like, who is the actor?
Yeah, like, no, who was telling them that just like the Earth's saved? And then also that line,
people that created the earthquake buttons.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, Ming earlier like was trying to bribe Flash, saying like, hey, you can have the Earth back, but the Earth's already fucked up at this point. It's already had hurricanes, earthquakes. Ming even talked to it. He's like, they're basically softened up for you. You can take over and rule. They won't be the same people you know. And I thought it was really funny that like this like robot thing flies up to him and just goes, hey, Earth saved. And he just goes, yeah. The music plays. I'm like, oh, but you already know so many people, like millions of people are dead.
That was his decision.
Yeah, that was
they were like, they couldn't figure out how to end the movie. And they just like, oh, we don't know. He's like, roll camera.
Oh, I know.
And he just, yeah.
No, I know all that, but I just thought it was funny because what Ming had already told him, and I'm just like, this is such a disconnect.
See, they didn't say the people of Earth were saved. Earth was saved. If Ming's dead, he's not going to blow up the Earth anymore.
And my brain went there too. But I'm just like, that's like, I don't think I'd be jumping around and celebrating and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad I saved the Earth, but man, all those people are all now
even
dead.
The jumping, I'm fine with. I just was like, that is
way
too much exposition.
Unless you hand him a football, is going to think about all the people that died.
Maybe.
That was to me was hilarious when it announced that Earth has been saved, and I'm just like, what? Why?
Yeah,
they ended on an upbeat thing. I'm actually cool with that. The whole movie's kind of upbeat, so
I was like, couldn't Dale just be like, Flash, you did it, you saved us, you saved it? Like, I was like, why couldn't they put it in a dialogue?
Thing, though, isn't it? Like at the end of movies, they go, yeah, they jump in the air and just freeze frames.
Freeze frame, yeah.
But the timer had already counted down for when the Earth was basically going to end, so they needed
the wall, and the guy went and
they needed to convey it some way. Dale didn't know, so
that was the ending
they needed somebody to tell them, so they had this disembodied voice robot thing.
Sam Jones took off, so they couldn't make another one.
Yeah, and all the things I've been nitpicky about, I was like,
and then
I was just like, whatever. I didn't even think about that one.
And then the number 2 thing that I wanted to bring up was the ring.
Oh yeah.
And what happened with Ming at the end? What do you? Okay, we'll go first. What I don't know if did you guys look this up because I did not. I did not look it up, so I'm sure
I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned what they had planned in that documentary. I kind of think I know what it was.
I didn't watch the documentary, so that's what I'm saying. Like, does anybody actually know? Because I was gonna ask somebody with theories.
I don't know, but
did you think about her hair?
My idea was that he just like magicianed himself out of there, and then at the end he was coming back and just picking up his ring. That's all I.
Okay, so I had two thoughts on this. As a kid, I always thought he killed himself because he says the line something akin to, "Who are you to basically give or take my life?" And then he essentially nukes himself. And I thought he just killed himself as a kid. However, when I watched it recently, I noticed I'm like going, wait a second. Did he put and I never even really thought about the whole ring thing and being picked up at the end. But then like recently I'm like, oh wait, did he just like basically put himself into the ring? They never established he could do that, but he can magician himself into the fucking cockpit and pull plane people out. So I guess maybe he can. So yeah, did he just put himself into the ring and then did he pick himself up later and nobody noticed it was him? Was it a lackey? What was going on there? Like, did somebody know he was in the ring and like somebody one of Clytus's guys?
Two theories. One is they had other plans actually in the movie. Because isn't it a little weird that they have all these fights and then Ming just dies like that? Like there is no big battle. So they had planned a battle where he shapeshifts and does all kinds of things, but they didn't have budget for it. So they kind of made it like, well, you just drive the fucking spaceship through it, right? Like there
could have been a big battle if Ming would have been standing to the left or right by 2 feet.
Yeah. So they perfectly flew it in, but
so I'm saying that overly sexually repressed man, all about penetration in the end too.
He got his penetration at the end.
I'm telling you, that's got to be a thing with as much stuff in that movie.
It probably is. So
70s.
So one thing was like they just were like, whatever, we're gonna leave a little bit of whoever picked it up, never tell who, so that it's.
Well, this was apparently supposed to be a trilogy.
Oh yeah,
and then that got canned after Sam, left. And
did the movie do poorly?
It was apparently a disappointment in the U.S., but actually did really well overseas in like Europe and whatnot. So it did well enough to have justified a sequel, but
I'm thinking of the documentary thing I was thinking of is when they were talking about how that guy didn't want to die. I think it was, I'm confusing two things. I think he was saying like he felt he should be the one that was picking up the ring in the end, so he shouldn't die. So that's
I thought it was because it was a black glove, and I couldn't remember if Ming was wearing black gloves, and I don't know.
I thought maybe my head canon, as you might call it, is that Zarkov, the doctor, the scientist picks up and he becomes the next bad guy because the ring corrupts everything, kind of thing,
Oh my gosh, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool, right?
That would have been great because
Zarkov
has some evil tendencies, so
okay.
Yeah, but that was also the bad part of the movie because the bad guy's powers are so OP, overpowered in one moment, and then like where are they in the other moment? Because it just feels like this guy could shake the planet, and then he's like, can't do anything here. What is going on?
In Fantastic Four, she's only as powerful as she needs to be for that scene.
Yes.
That's how he is.
I was thinking more along the lines of Dr. What's his name from
that's a good hero name.
Dr.
The Watchmen, the blue guy from
Dr. Manhattan.
Manhattan. It's like he's blue so powerful that he doesn't even bother with like beating people up.
That was a good.
Oh yeah, he can just explode them.
That was actually a good explanation of what Superman would truly be like, where he just like he's like, fuck this planet, I'm leaving, and he goes to Mars and just starts living there. He's like, I'm very powerful and I don't want to be here anymore because everything's trivial to him. Yeah.
Like Dr. Manhattan, I'm like, Blue Dog Man, and nobody heard
raising though.
I have seen that movie once. It was in theaters, and when it was literally just like a fucking 40-foot dong on the screen, I'm like, why? Like, it's fine that he's naked, whatever, but why do you have to be zoomed in on that?
I legitimately like that movie, and I will defend the ending.
I don't remember. Because they changed it from what they changed it
from. When did the movie come out?
Like 2010. Something
Is
like
that old enough to justify an episode?
Maybe, but yeah, I read
show about it again.
I read the comics and I watched the movie and I'm like, that comic ending was fucking stupid. I get what they're going for. It's fucking stupid. The movie one, superior. I will probably take shit for that from any of the comic fans. Don't care. I'll defend
where,
that.
aliens were coming down to fight or whatever, and then like
It was a
Dr.
dead,
Man was going too far.
A dead
Octopus
squid or octopus. It was basically
Whatever
a dead giant squid got dropped. And it was so big it like basically it united the world pretty much, and that was that. It was something just completely stupid, like it was dumb.
Yeah, it was like
That was
some
it.
alien
I
thing
think that was
attacking,
supposed to be like a political commentary.
It was like I get what they were going with. It was just stupid. Like compared to the rest of the whole thing, that was dumb.
Remind me, in the movie, was it like Dr. Manhattan gets into his head or whatever, and they have to stop him or something?
No. They basically the what is it? The head of whatever it starts with a Z. He basically detonates some nukes all over the world, and Ozymandias blames it on Dr. Manhattan to unite the world in a common cause because the world is dying because they're all infighting and they're not united. So he killed a bunch of people with a bunch of nukes, blamed somebody who was not from the Earth, and now has a united Earth front against him. And Dr. Manhattan's like, "That's genius. I'll give you that," and pretty much just leaves. It wasn't quite like that. It was more subtle than that. But that's essentially what it was. It was like, that made sense to me. That would unite a whole planet against a common enemy. So this
latest tangent is brought to you by Mike and his love for the Watchmen.
Anyway, okay. So back to Flash Gordon and my love for Flash Gordon.
Why don't we go ahead and start voting?
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's where I was going.
Let's start with Andy. You're the host.
Okay. I'm so torn on this movie because we didn't have a shot.
We didn't have shots beforehand.
We did.
Don't give them our secret sauce, literal sauce.
I didn't tell what we take shots of.
We'll have some
Benadryl.
Benadryl.
Casey masterpiece.
So
ew.
For me,
I'm sorry. I just got it.
Okay.
We don't actually use that sauce in Kansas City. I'm just saying.
I eat it all the time. It's great.
Oh my god!
Get out!
We can't be friends.
It's my house. I don't care. Get out.
Okay, back to Andy.
Back to me. So I'm very torn on this because I think the like I said, for me the biggest thing was the tonal whiplash. But there were many parts of it which I truly enjoyed. So if there is a
soundtrack,
I think it's like there's a new feel like a new category coming up in ours where it's like, yes, it is nostalgia, but you should watch it because it's good nostalgia. Is it like,
You're
it's
the
so
only
good?
one that ever thinks that. No,
I'm the only one.
Stop trying to make
that.
good nostalgia happen. It's not going
It's happening. Okay,
stop trying to make fetch happen.
It's so fetch.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, you can still something can be fun to watch, but not be cool.
Yeah.
So like, I get what you're saying.
So in all that sense, I'm still gonna vote actually cool.
I love Tokyo.
In that, because I would have stopped trying to derail. You keep saying these nonsense, I love Tokyo Drift. Is that what you just said?
Absolute cinema.
He said that there's things you can love that are shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So Tokyo Drift, I love Tokyo Drift. It's shit.
I would say the Fast and Furious series in its entirety.
It's like
I love watching it. It's absolute garbage, but it's
like
fun garbage.
It's like my love for Taco Bell. Will I eat it every day or something? No, but every few months I just have a hankering for Taco Bell.
It's like Taco Bell or drinking like Keystone beer, something like that. Sometimes you gotta roll around in the mud to remember where you came from. You got to be able to compare where you are now from where you were, and every once in a while you need that reminder. And that reminder for me is Keystone beer and Taco Bell.
In that vein, roll in the mud and watch Flash Gordon because it is cool. In my view, it is cool in that it is. If you go back to the cartoon the comics, it's actually the precursor to Superman. A lot of shows, a lot of things were inspired from it. Capes were inspired from it. Costumes, the designs were amazing. So that's why people have a soft spot for it. But the movie still tried to truly be itself. Set design was amazing. Everything is practical effects. Very little, CG or green screen, too much green screen, but it was really fun to watch that. It looked like they had fun making it. So I think it's cool if you have that context of like, hey, this is not some high-class soap opera, or like, the space opera side is going to be too much. No, there's going to be some tonal whiplash. Timothy Dalton is going to act like he's in this like very serious drama. While Wotan, Brian Blessed is just like, ha ha ha, he's like laughing bigger than life way. So there's that whiplash for sure. But I still think it's pretty cool. It's, as a piece of that time to go be fascinated with, try to suspend the other things and just take some NyQuil and watch it. It'll be awesome. Yeah.
All right, let's see Jeffrey's take.
It's absolutely worth a watch. It's absolute cinema in the way that it's absolute nostalgia and it's garbage. But it's absolutely worth a watch at least once in your life if you've never seen it. Preferably on some kind of extracurricular prescription-y type enhancements. Yeah. I'll use that word, enhancements. It would probably make this movie a little better. But after you've seen it that one time, I would say you never, ever need to watch it again, unless you're somebody who apparently actually likes it. But I have a hard time seeing that many people seeing this for the first time as an adult would maybe have the nostalgic feelings for it and still enjoy it if you didn't watch it as a kid. Granted, I could be proven wrong because he also saw it for the first time as an adult, but yeah, it's nostalgia all the way.
You want me to go? You want to go?
You go.
All right. For me, I watched this movie again as a little kid, as an older kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, and then as an old ass man in front of you right now. I love this movie. I thought it was great. It is exactly what it advertises it to be. It's called Flash Frickin' Gordon. You watch the trailer, you know what you're going to get. It is high camp. I didn't even know that was a word, but I absolutely agree with that. I think they nailed it with the acting and stuff like that, because they definitely got some theater people who are doing some projecting and having a lot of good time with it, having a lot of fun with it. I actually like the hero's journey, the whole arc for all the characters. They didn't forget about anybody. They definitely had a lot of fun moments. There was stuff that was unexplained, so it actually allowed the viewer to kind of come up with like the scenario, so they didn't over-explain. They didn't kind of go too much into stuff.
A lot of building that scenario that you did.
There's a little bit. It's fun because it's such a wacky movie. It allows your kind of imagination to go wild, and we just don't get movies like that anymore. Like they just don't trust. They don't trust people enough to do that.
I agree on that. In that the opening just blew me away. I was like, I've never seen a movie open like this, where it's just some guy looking
nothing but buttons.
They're like, this is Earth, and let's start messing with it. And I just was like, oh, this is a very interesting opening.
Yeah. And then, of course, the football scene, totally over the top and stupid. Hilarious, though, but did establish Flash as being like, okay, he's got a little sauce. And then, of course, the fight scene with the Hawkman and stuff like that, and the Queen soundtrack, and that song living rent-free in my head all my life. I still think this movie is absolutely... I actually like it better today, now that I've taken the time to take apart all the pieces and kind of like figure out like what I did like, what I don't like, and all that stuff. And most of it that I didn't like as a kid or didn't understand, I now absolutely love because I understand it now. And I get what they're...
stuff.
Yeah, like, oh, there's that. There's that too. But like, just all kinds of stuff. Even like the little, like even noticing the little stuff, like I brought with like the jar or the Sands of Time thing that was like upside down. Just stuff like little detail, even like often like there was like some guy in the back.
Flip it back.
There was like and there's a guy in the background that just happened to be like a little reptile guy, like just weird shit like that. I never even noticed, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. So yeah, I actually like it more today than I did even back then, and I liked it as a kid. So I still think it's cool. So worth a watch.
So I get to be the decider again. All right.
That's why you wanted to go last, because you knew how you were going to vote.
Yeah, I've got you pegged. So what do you think I'm going to vote?
Honestly, you're one of these weird random people that can go either way on random shit. Because like Empire Strikes Back, you said was nostalgia.
I will.
And there's other shit where I'm just like, we all hate it, and you're just like, but it's fucking cool, man. So I'm like,
don't open that wound.
I don't fucking know. I could see
Don't
you
open
going
that
either
tauntaun.
way.
Yeah, don't open that tauntaun. It stinks in there. It smells worse. It smells worse dead than alive, or alive than dead. Shit, either way. But yes, I don't know. I would say actually, I think you're gonna vote cool.
Like I said, I could see
say
him going
nostalgia.
either way.
Yeah, I think it can be either
Did you
way.
watch? Did you watch with your family?
No, I watched it by myself.
You have your phone in your hand the whole time.
Did not
Because
have,
if you
I
do have your
never
phone in
do
your
that.
hand the whole time, you're gonna miss all the details and make it
Oh
cool.
no! I caught
Okay.
all the details.
Okay.
I loved all the
He
details.
caught all the
That was,
sex
I mean, that was
references.
like I pointed out. This is the thing I love the most. Well, about this movie was just the set design, the costumes. There's always something to look at. There was so much detail and everything. I was so impressed with that. And like the worlds were cool. And like Andy's saying, there's so much about this that I loved, and there's this conflicting feeling that's like, but also, there's just too much camp in some sense, and it's a little dated, not only in its like design and story and the just the overall technology and whatnot, but also its opinions on women.
Oh God, yeah.
and just the way some of the acting is. So in my mind, there's just two camps here that I can't settle with, and I really could go either way. I think just trying to put myself in the masses' shoes, especially people that would go see a PG film, which apparently this was PG back then. I don't know if it still would be.
This is long. This is back when every film was PG.
Yeah, PG.
You're either PG or you're either PG or R.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to say this is probably nostalgia. Like you said though, like I wish there was a good nostalgia. I would give this a good nostalgia.
Did you have fun watching it?
I loved watching.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it
See,
can be nostalgia,
it's
but you
like-
still think it's fun
Yeah.
to watch.
I want to watch it again.
Nostalgia
Too. I
doesn't
want to watch it
necessarily
with
mean
my
you
wife.
hate
Like
it.
I want to like watch it yearly with the dudes.
I'm
Like,
using it for I hate it, but it doesn't necessarily
I
mean
didn't
you
watch
hate
it with my wife, and I actually wish I would have, because I would have loved to have introduced Marcy to it, because then her and I would actually talk about
I
all
mean,
the
there's-
weird shit.
there's so many quotable things. that-
Add like an extra category.
I literally
Because
said that when I was like,
stop
it's
trying
No,
to
but
make it happen.
I'm saying like literally name a new category. Cool means it should still be cool today. Nostalgia means it sucks. And there's like another one in the
I
middle. It's
think-
like it's
so-
still nostalgia, but it's fucking fun
We should call it
nostalgia.
I think what he's
Yeah.
Fetch, just call it
it's
fetch.
so fetch.
We'll make fetch happen.
This
We'll make it
movie is
happen.
rated fetch.
So I think what Mike did.
Oh my god, that'd be great if we felt that way about Fletch.
Oh God! Don't even get me
So-
started on
so-
that
Seen it.
asshole.
So I think what Mike did was actually right in that we laid out exactly what this kind of movie is, what we love, don't love, and all that. So if that fits in with whoever's watching, they should go watch it.
Yeah, I
no
think-
matter what we vote,
Yeah.
if they're like, that sounds fun, you should just go watch it.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't regret watching it. I like now the fact that I have.
I mean,
seen
if it's as bad as Mixed Nuts, we will call it out.
No, it's
And
not
we'll
as
be
bad
like,
as Mixed Nuts
don't watch
at
it.
all.
Yeah.
Don't even
At
watch
all.
it. Yeah.
No, like it's one of those things. Like, I don't see myself probably ever watching it again, or at least for another 10 plus years, because it doesn't hit as hard with me. I'm just like, I had so many little nitpicky issues with it and everything like that that I couldn't enjoy it without being high a second time. But I am still happy that I finally watched it, because now I know. I didn't know beforehand.
Mhm. Yeah, lead us out,
Your
Andy.
your
Oh, I'm
nostalgia.
nostalgia. I mean, I don't want to be, but
You're fetch.
I'm fetching it.
Yeah.
We're both fetch, is what's happening, and we're definitely
That means
fetch.
it's fetch, because
Well, you're the only negative one. They're technically middle of
I'm
the
saying,
road.
cool,
So
nostalgias, two fetches, that means it's fetch.
okay, I'll go with you on
There we
that.
go.
And that means it's a lot harder for us to ever get a stalemate and have to negate somebody's
But
vote.
we're making this happen. So we're making
We're
fetch
making
happen.
fetch happen.
I don't know.
Sound off in the comments. Let us know. Should we
Yeah.
make fetch happen?
We can do it, guys. We can finally do it.
make it happen.
We have the technology.
It's so fetch.
Yeah, so that's our thoughts on Flash Gordon. As you can see, it's probably a movie you should go watch. We all had fun watching it. There's definitely things that did not age well, but there are a lot of things that you go looking at it and you're like, wow. And just the Queen soundtrack, just that opening theme, But it just goes like dun 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 dun.
Flash.
Come on, I gave it to him so he could say ah.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. But because I was trying to make the dun 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 noise because as it starts like hyping up, that is amazing. Just for that, you should watch it. So that's
if it's just for that, just go listen to the song. It's a lot shorter.
No, the movie adds a lot
to it. Yeah,
you gotta have them watch it for more than just the song.
So that's it about Flash Gordon. We sure had a hell of a lot of fun watching it and talking about it. Thanks again for watching our Show Did Our Wives. Yes. Thanks again for watching our Is It Cool or Just Nostalgia podcast. This is Andy. Are we doing names?
Con men out.
Oh,
yeah.